So, Heidrick and Struggles recently released a new DE&I study entitled Employee at the Center, which shows that executives in 8 countries around the world put employees at the center of why DE&I matters and how it contributes to business success ahead of customers, external stakeholders, or anything else. So, from your perspective, what is your reaction to this?
Well, I think the survey definitely resonates with me. I think the employee being focusing on the employee at the center is very important these days. But we know there's a war on talent, and the talent has won. And so, being able to retain the top talent that you're seeking to have within your organization is important. But it's really about showing up where they are, as I mentioned that with the member, and understanding what their needs are. And as leaders, we know that when we talk about resiliency in leadership, we need to adjust our leadership styles to be more empathetic, right? To be able to hear what they're not saying. And I think that's important because we're living in this time where mental health is a prevalent issue. We would talk about mental health, quietly, right? But now it should be a part of every organization's culture strategy. So in putting that employee at the center is important. Having the programs and the trainings and such in place to be able to support that employee is important. Also, being able to support the employee's growth and development in the organization. In some cases, you might say, well, it is about compensation, but in some cases, it's really not. It's about grow me as an individual. So what does that look like? Is it through getting your CAE, or is it through micro-credentialing or supporting the employee's success in a different way? We cannot apply a one size fit all to the employees' needs these days because we really know that they have choices. And so we really need to listen to them, understand what their needs are. Most importantly, show up and demonstrate that we truly care about them. There was a study, and I can't remember the organization that produced it. But when we think about diversity, women in leadership, we have these more nurturing type of characteristics, right? And that's why we're such great leaders, right, Tom? Because we put the employee at the center and we understand fundamentally what those needs are and being able to develop strong work cultures.
So, are you seeing businesses and industries engaging current employees differently than they did previously or pre-COVID?
Oh, I would say so. I would say this hybrid work environment has forced us to engage in a very different way. There are different type of amenities that are being offered by associations to retain and engage employees, asking employees, what's on their minds? What are they thinking about? What's keeping them awake at night? So for us here at ASAE, conducting pulse surveys, we have a very again, with the mental health opportunities that we have to create a culture around understanding what the fundamental needs are of our members, we're conducting pulse surveys because we want to make informed decisions, again, based on what our employee needs are. And the pulse survey allows us to take the temperature at that moment in time because it evolves. And we know that there are internal stressors and there are external stressors. And so that level of engagement is key and important. I would say in my previous positions, I didn't think to do something like that, but now I know it's critical, it's important. ASAE will be embarking upon reimagining its physical workspace. Our lease expires in 2026, and we recognize that this is an important time for us to deploy a more modern workplace strategy. So we are going to put our employee and our member at the center of that strategy because it's really about community, it's about collaboration, it's about understanding what their needs are. So yes, to answer your question, there are strategies that are unique and different that we've not implemented in the past.